Bonjour, fellow travelers and dreamers. Welcome to another Tour Insights exclusive. If you're wondering what makes Paris the ultimate destination for romance and culture, you're in the right place. In this video, we're going to unveil Paris like you've never seen it before. We'll take you on a journey through time and space, from the city's most iconic landmarks to its best-kept secrets. You'll learn when to visit to avoid the crowds and how to experience these magical places like a true Parisian. From dawn to dusk, from spring to winter, we'll guide you through the best times to visit each spot. And don't worry, whether you're a first-time visitor or a seasoned Parisian explorer, we've got insider tips to make your experience unforgettable. Let's start our Parisian journey with the creme de la creme of landmarks. These are the places that have graced countless postcards and inspired millions of travelers. But trust me, there's more to these icons than meets the eye. First up, the Grande Dame herself, the Eiffel Tower. Sure, you've seen it in photos, but nothing prepares you for that first glimpse in person. Now let's talk about the Louvre. Home to the Mona Lisa and countless other masterpieces, it's a must-visit. Next, we have Notre-Dame Cathedral. While it's currently closed for restoration after the 2019 fire, you can still admire its Gothic beauty from the outside. The Arc de Triomphe offers one of the best views in Paris, but few people know about the museum inside. Last but not least, the Sacré-Cœur Basilica. Perched atop Montmartre, it offers panoramic views of the city. Now let's dive into the hidden gems that make Paris truly magical. First, let's talk about the hidden medieval tower. Tucked away in the 4th arrondissement, the Tour Saint-Jacques stands as a solitary remnant of a 16th century church. For art lovers looking beyond the Louvre, Paris has some fantastic, lesser-known museums. The Musée Carnavalet in the Marais district recently reopened after extensive renovations. It's dedicated to the history of Paris and offers a fascinating journey through time. Another gem is the Musée Jacquemart-André, a stunning 19th century mansion filled with art from the Italian Renaissance to the French school. Now let's wander off the beaten path to some of Paris's most charming local neighborhoods. Skip the touristy Latin Quarter and head to the nearby 13th arrondissement. The Butte-aux-Cailles area feels like a village within the city, with its cobblestone streets, street art, and local bistros. Another hidden neighborhood gem is the Canal Saint-Martin area in the 10th arrondissement. The area is also home to some of Paris's best coffee shops and boutique stores. Don't miss Dupain et des Idées, a bakery that many claim serves the best croissants in Paris. Now that we've explored both the iconic landmarks and hidden gems, let's talk about when to visit. Let's start with the seasons. Paris is beautiful year-round, but each season offers something unique. Spring in Paris is iconic for a reason. The city bursts into bloom with cherry blossoms in the Jardin des Tuileries and chestnut trees lining the Champs-Élysées. Summer brings long, warm days perfect for exploring. The city comes alive with outdoor events like the Paris Plage, where the banks of the Seine transform into urban beaches. However, this is also peak tourist season, so expect larger crowds and higher prices. Fall in Paris is a dream for photographers and foodies alike. The changing leaves in Luxembourg Gardens create a stunning backdrop, and it's the perfect time to cozy up in a cafe with a warm croissant. Winter offers a magical atmosphere with festive lights and Christmas markets. While it can be chilly, you'll find fewer tourists and lower prices. Now, let's talk about the best times of day to visit specific landmarks. For the Eiffel Tower, arrive just before opening time, around 9 a.m., to beat the crowds. If you prefer a sunset view, book an evening slot, but do it well in advance. The Louvre is less crowded in the evenings on Wednesdays and Fridays when it's open late. For Notre-Dame, when it reopens, and Sacré-Cœur, early morning offers the most serene experience. The Arc de Triomphe is spectacular at dusk when you can watch the sunset and the city lights come on. As for our hidden gems like the Tour Saint-Jacques or the Secret Gardens, midday on a weekday is often the quietest time. Now let's dive into how you can experience Paris like a true local. Let's start with food, the heart of French culture. Near the Eiffel Tower, try Café Constant on Rue Saint-Dominique for classic French cuisine without the inflated prices. If you're exploring the Louvre, take a short walk to Ellsworth on Rue de Richelieu for innovative small plates in a cozy setting. In Montmartre, escape the crowds at La Maison Rose, a picturesque pink restaurant that once hosted Picasso. Now let's dive into the rich history and cultural significance that make these places truly special. Let's start with the Grande Dame herself, the Eiffel Tower. Built for the 1889 World's Fair, it was originally meant to be a temporary structure. Many Parisians initially despised it, calling it an eyesore. Yet it survived demolition plans thanks to its use as a radio antenna. Today, it's not just an icon of Paris, but of France itself, symbolizing French ingenuity and romantic allure. The Louvre, now the world's largest art museum, began its life as a fortress in the 12th century. It later became a royal residence before being opened as a museum during the French Revolution. Notre-Dame Cathedral, a masterpiece of French Gothic architecture, took nearly 200 years to build, starting in 1163. It's witnessed countless historical events, from Napoleon's coronation to the liberation of Paris in 1944. Now, let's explore some of our hidden gems. Remember the Tour Saint-Jacques we mentioned earlier? It's the only remnant of a 16th century church that was an important stop on the pilgrimage route to Santiago de Compostela. The tower was saved from demolition during Haussmann's renovation of Paris and now stands as a reminder of the city's medieval past. The Musée Carnavalet, dedicated to the history of Paris, is housed in two neighboring mansions, one of which was once home to Madame de Sévigné, a 17th century aristocrat famous for her witty letters that now provide invaluable insights into life in the court of Louis XIV. In the Buteau-Caille neighborhood, you'll find remnants of Paris's revolutionary spirit. This working-class area was one of the last strongholds of the Paris Commune in 1871, and its independent character lives on in its street art and community-run public swimming pool, fed by an artesian well. The Canal Saint-Martin, now a trendy area, was originally commissioned by Napoleon Rip to provide fresh water to Paris and reduce waterborne diseases. During the renovation of Paris in the 19th century, part of the canal was covered and became the Voltaire Boulevard we know today. Even the charming cafes of Paris hold historical significance. Café de Flore and Les Deux Magots in Saint-Germain-des-Prés were the haunts of intellectual giants like Jean-Paul Sartre, Simone de Beauvoir, and Albert Camus. These cafes weren't just places to sip coffee, they were the birthplace of existentialism and hotbeds of artistic and philosophical discussion. Now let's indulge in what Paris is perhaps most famous for: romance. After all, they don't call it the city of love for nothing. Let's start with some of the most romantic spots in the city. While the Eiffel Tower might seem cliché, there's a reason it's a classic. For a truly magical experience, visit the Trocadero at night. For a more secluded romantic spot, head to the Square du Vert Galant. This tiny park at the western tip of Isle de la Cité offers intimate Seine views and a sense of seclusion right in the heart of Paris. Another hidden romantic gem is the Musée de la Vie Romantique. Its name says it all, doesn't it? This charming museum, set in a 19th century mansion with a lovely garden, feels like stepping into a romantic painting. Now let's talk about romantic activities for couples. Picnicking is a quintessential Parisian experience, and it's incredibly romantic. Pick up some cheese, baguette, and wine, and head to the Champs de Mars in front of the Eiffel Tower. If you're both food lovers, why not take a couple's cooking class? Learn to make croissants or macarons together at La Cuisine Paris. It's a fun, interactive way to spend time together, and you'll take home a uniquely Parisian skill. For art enthusiasts, the Musée Rodin offers a romantic setting with its beautiful gardens and passionate sculptures. But remember, this video is just a starting point. The true magic of Paris lies in personal discovery. Explore that intriguing side street, step into that charming local bistro, or linger in a quiet square. Your own discoveries might become your favorite Parisian memories. After all, Paris is a city that reveals itself differently to each visitor, inviting you to write your own unique story within its storied streets. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more travel stories. With that said, thanks for watching. And until next time, keep exploring.